Hello everyone, my name is Antonio and today I'm going to talk to you about this movie that I just recently watched. I finally had the time to watch this movie called Vaazha. It's an interesting mix of humor, heart and social commentary that just doesn't aspire to be more than what it is. And I think that's its charm. This movie takes us on a journey through the lives of five inseparable friends from the early school days to their late 20s, as they navigate these choppy waters of societal expectations and personal aspirations in Kerala. This film kicks off with an AI-generated scenery, not only scenery, but like a slideshow. This is a creative choice that, unfortunately, I think it misses the mark. These artificial scenes not only look jarringly out of place, but also feel unnecessary when the real actors could have brought the same authenticity and warmth to these formative moments. I think it's a perplexing decision that just detracts from what the movie aspires to be, which is a genuine story, a true story. And having AI just doesn't go with that point, with that narrative choice. As we dive into the heart of the narrative though, the acting broadly aligns with Malayalam cinema standards, sometimes exaggerated, which occasionally adds humor but also can feel a bit overdone. So yeah, nothing surprising in that regard. I have to tell you that the performances do shine in portraying the unbreakable bonds of friendship, capturing the essence of what it means to grow up alongside your closest confidants and your closest friends. However, I think there are moments when the age portrayal becomes a little bit fake, feels strange and muddled. Seeing full bearded adults being scolded like the teenagers they are pretending to be kind of like breaks the illusion, and it feels cringy at moments because you see these grown adults being scolded and behaving like teenagers, and your brain just doesn't, something in your brain just doesn't feel right watching that. I suppose there are some conflicts with hiring teenagers or kids in Kerala. I don't know. The pacing of Vaazha is like a roller coaster ride. The first half, the first kind of like, it's not even like half, the first part of the movie feels like I'm watching RDX again. It gives me those vibes with action-packed scenes and rapid tempo. However, the second part, it feels more of an introspective and it follows a much slower pace. There is a shift definitely, and this shift feels a little bit jarring at the beginning, but I think at the same time it cleverly mirrors the characters' journeys from being these carefree young adults to the sobering realities of adulthood. So yeah, there is this transition, and you can see this transition in these people's life. I think this is a narrative choice that, despite how it feels uneven, it does attempt to convey the changing rhythms of life. However, I think it kind of like creates a disjointing viewing experience that might leave some audience members struggling to stay engaged with the movie. Because I think some people were really excited about the action scenes, but then felt like the movie had let them down in the second part. What I think Vaazha excels is in its exploration of themes that hit close to home for many viewers. The film bravely tackles the issue of toxic parenting, showcasing how societal pressures and unrealistic parental expectation can strain a child's self-esteem, sometimes even leading this child to commit acts of self-harm or following self-destructive behaviors. This movie questions age-old practices of blind obedience and the meddling of relatives, offering a fresh and much-needed perspective on family dynamics in the Indian context. In terms of the cinematography, the movie has its moments, definitely feels good. The director's clever use of transitions and camera switches elegantly portrays the passage of time across generations. This movie is kind of like centered around like the passage of time. So I think the director uses these methods and these techniques. These technical displays add depth to the storytelling, allowing viewers to feel the weight of years passing and the evolution of the characters' relationships through time. In the music and dance departments, I think like the sequences that you can see, dance and music, don't necessarily advance the plot, They provide the familiar comfort of typical Malayalam cinema, but they don't add too much. They serve as cultural touchstones that ground the film in their regional identity, that is Kerala. Despite some loose ends, I'm not gonna give you spoilers, but there is some plots that to me don't conclude and don't make a lot of sense. This movie leaves you with a heartwarming message about enduring friendships and life partnerships. I think it's a starking reminding that even when people are labeled as varas or in a more English context, a good for nothing, there is some value in the journey and the bonds we form along the way, even though people might see our life as a waste. This exploration is very intriguing. I think it challenges societal norms and questions the metrics by we ourselves and people measure our success and worth. Through the lives of these 5 characters, their names are Aju, Vishnu, Musa, Abdul, and Vivek, we see a reflection of countless young people struggling to find their place in a world that often seems unforgiving to those who just don't fit the mold. This movie also deserves praise for the nuanced portrayal of father-son relationships. It jumps directly into the complexities of these bonds, exploring how parental expectations can both motivate and stifle personal growth. The movie doesn't shy away from showing the painful consequences of miscommunication and misunderstanding between generations, but also offers hope for reconciliation and mutual understanding, so I think it deserves praise for that. In conclusion, because I think this is going too long, Vaazha is a worthy watch if you approach it with tempered expectations. I think a lot of people were excited about this movie, but to me, it's just okay. It is not groundbreaking cinema, but I think the blend of humor, emotion, and social commentary makes it for an okay, engaging experience. Definitely, some people might feel related to this movie, and I think I can see why. The celebration of friendship against the backdrop of societal pressure, I think that's what resonates the most, making it a hit with audiences seeking something that is heartfelt, even if it's a little bit imperfect, an imperfect reflection of their own coming-of-age stories. It might not be a masterpiece, but I think it succeeds in capturing the essence of growing up in contemporary Kerala, so a lot of people just feel compelled to watch that for that. I think it's a movie that will get some laughs out of you, it might bring you some nostalgia, and it could even leave you reflecting on your own journey through life's ups and downs. Anyways, if you have seen Vaazha, can you drop your thoughts in the comments below? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or just like me, you just walk away feeling like a mixed bag of emotions in terms of like whether you like it or not? Anyways, let me know. Also, please suggest which other movies you can recommend to me. I've already watched a lot of Malayalam movies. I'm just going my way through them because I just really wanted to talk about them. There are other movies, not only Malayalam, that I watch, so I'll be publishing those soon. So anyways, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.